of my friends in Venice. Welcome to all of my friends in Venice. I'm just saying show.
Good morning, everybody. This is simply Dr. Neil, and I have my guys with me. Welcome to the show, Mr. Call Me Ant and Coach Tuck. Okay,
Yes,
so
what's good?
I'm just saying live is where the morning brew gives us the energy to provide you with the best in edutainment, period. Here's our twist to the week's hottest headlines and our way of providing you a way to have your opinion heard. Now, we have some very special guests, and we're going to continue our series on our version of Beauty of the Week, which is Beauties in Business. And we have a very special person this week. She's got a hot photo that she sent us. So make sure that you guys stick around for that. Look how he's looking at me.
I need to put my glasses on.
It's hard to what you can
No, I was looking at something else.
do I need to put my glasses on? That's why this is I'm just saying because he's always on the cut up. So Ant and Tuck, tell them where they can follow you guys on social media.
Call me _Ant.
Tuck _ATL, little _Miss _Ava _Marie. That's my daughter's account. Any promotions, anything you need.
Okay, so everybody remember that this show is packed full of everything small business. That is why we got Beauties in Business, okay? So if you'd like to be highlighted here on I'm Just Saying Live, please send us a quick email to I'm Just Saying Live at gmail.com. Now, we like to get our show started with a little bit of weekend recap. Okay, Tuck, are you ready over there?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Now, I wasn't ready this weekend. I tried to bring Anthony along for an event that I felt like was very, very special, and he had us all just late. But Tuck still made it out there. Yay! I'm so glad that you went out to the air show this weekend. So tell everybody about your weekend.
It was good. I think that So the air show was good. I mean, it was an air show. It was more so of an educational kind of introducing people, like a business expo. So introducing people to the business, introducing people to air traffic controls.
Okay.
They actually have a black union. TSU has a program that cater towards the aerospace. So it was a good info session. I'll have some. I'm loading up the pictures now. Sorry about that.
Oh shoot, they're loading. That's why I was asking you ready. And you lie and tell me, yeah. See, that's
I wasn't.
Anyway, okay. So until he gets his pictures up, So since we had to make other plans and we had all these wonderful children hanging out with us over the course of the weekend, I'm going to show you a couple of pictures from our weekend outing because we went to Under the Sea in the Woodlands. Now we were outdoors. It was cold as hoo hee ha ha, but I was dressed and prepared for the weather. Okay, so there's my godson Michael, my two boys, and our neighbor Aiden. I have no idea what that is. He's throwing up, but he likes to do that. Okay, and there's Big Daddy on the side.
Rapping Acres Home.
That's what that is. That's Acres Home.
Fofo.
I don't think that's the fofo. I don't know. I am also here. I was about to. Where's our Wakanda Forever picture? It's missing. Anyway,
Under the Sea.
So we went to Under the Sea, and the boys got to get in an ambulance. And what else did they do?
They had a petting zoo.
They did.
With a llama chasing them around. Our godson in that pick up the chicken, and then they had the bubbles and the parachutes. So I don't know if any of y'all ever ran track or played football.
Have done any work with the parachute?
Yes.
They were running up a hill against the wind, man. It was getting crazy.
It was hilarious. And we thought once they finished that, when they got home, they're going to be asleep like babies.
You know what they did?
Not all our kids.
Went straight and got on the game.
After all that running back and forth with that parachute, man, I'll still be asleep right now. But they had a great time.
All right. And then we had a great time with our co-host over there. He came by with him and his family, and we had a really good time. We had some food.
Yes.
We had some drinks, We did our thing. Okay.
Watch a little football, Watch a little football. Watch the Cowboys lose.
Sports in a little bit. So let's keep pushing right along. And remember, you guys, wait, are you ready, Tuck? I think you're ready, right?
Yeah, I got a little footage from their show. I was trying to get this picture up, but it's not acting right. But
Okay, no worries.
I do have. Okay, so there's the picture. Gotcha.
Air
All right,
show.
so
Let's
here's
go.
the video. So this is one of the aircraft that we're showing.
Now,
my son
remember,
here.
everybody, that we decided to go out to this event because Kenneth Morris was on our show and telling us all about his aviation program for kids.
Yes. And so that's one of the videos. I do have another video. I'll put it up on my social media. It's basically TSU. Some guys from TSU talking about their airspace program. They are not, the program around aviation. And then there were also two other corporations there. One was with the air traffic controllers out there in with Bush Airport. And they actually have a black union specifically to kind of gear people towards to look out for the black aviation employees, but also gear people towards that profession. So I'll put those up.
All right. We do also like to highlight upcoming events here on the show. So if you guys have any upcoming events, definitely let us have your flyer and know what's going on. So up first this week, we've got volunteers are needed for Kings and Queens. Now, y'all know that I am all about community service here in the Houston area. And if you are looking for a way for you and your family to get out there and do it together, here's the way to do it. They are looking for volunteers to come out on November the 24th. Now, that is actual Thanksgiving Day. I'm sure that they're having a hard time getting people to sign up, and that is one of the reasons that I decided to highlight this. They have set up times, they have meal service times and cleanup time where you can register you and your family to go in and volunteer. Now, remember, to get on out there, but this is volunteer work. It is going to be work, but it'll be a lot of fun, and I'm sure it'll be very rewarding for you and your family. Also, Fall Festival, this is one of my favorite places is to go to the Greasy Spoon, if you will. They are having a gospel brunch, baby. It is going down right out there in Pearland. So if you guys want to go out there, get involved. Again, there's going to be vendors booths. There's going to be carnival games, rides. There's going to be a kids zone. Now, I don't know what the weather going to be set up like, but y'all go do y'all thing in y'all coats and whatever. I'll just say it. There's going to be singing. It's a gospel brunch.
So we get a chance to get
92.1 and 102.5, I think will be there.
Get some good old church and some good food.
I don't know if you're going to get that church, but I'm sure you're going to get that church and
Get
some
that
good
good
food.
church.
You don't even have to leave and go to the venue afterwards. After church, everybody try to leave and go try to go get their food, go get their food, but it's already going to be right there on site. So make sure that you guys go out and support them.
Go show love.
Yay. All right.
I love the Greasy Spoon too. That's my favorite soul food spot here.
Okay.
We didn't know you go there.
Oh yeah.
Even though I haven't been there, but I ate their food plenty of times.
Hey, them chicken wings, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, hey, them yams. Hey, I mess all that up.
What about the collard green egg rolls?
Have you had the egg rolls?
I have not.
Lish. And that they dip them in. Okay. So, okay. Now, before we get into our sports recap, weekend sports recap with Coach Tuck and Big Ant. I am so sorry, Tuck. That's not what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to pop that one up there. Later in the show, we're going to be highlighting Miss Nellie Rose. Now, what she does is takes on models and teaches them how to pose and things of this nature. So later when we do her highlight, please remember Miss Nellie Rose. This is her standing up. This the next one. Papaya. Okay, you might not know what to do with yourself. So if your kids are watching, or they there with you today, you gonna have to go and tell them to go in the back room when it's time to do her highlight. But we are super happy to highlight her, and I wanted you guys to have her website before we get ready to go into the other things. It is thenellyrose.com. It's a studio. You can go and take photos. You can get model training, and you can have events. So I just wanted to make sure we got the business part out of the way first. Now we're going to get into our sports recap with Coach Tuck and Big Ant. I had to do it. I'm sorry. I know y'all don't like it.
We got we got to, and we're gonna work on that, Ant. We're gonna work on that.
Go ahead.
I got mine ready, but okay. Well, we're gonna start with as we normally start, we're not gonna talk about the Texans because they just
why?
a team.
They just a team.
They just a team right there. Like I say, North Shore, C. King, all of them are run through them right now. But let's talk about a devastating loss to the Cowboys.
You know what?
It was a sad, but
I was
horrible
planning
loss.
on wearing my jersey and everything today, but after that, I thought about it for a little bit, and I said, well, I'm gonna wait till we up again because everybody gonna be talking about me today. Okay.
They tried. They tried to go for it on 4th down and overtime, and couldn't get the job done. There was some bad calls on the ref's part, but CD Lamb was doing his job. Dak was doing his job, but it was just, it was horrible, but it was a good game. I mean, a good back and forth. Cowboys shot out there, but then they left Rodgers with a little too much time.
I think. Well, yeah, they left him with too much time because they didn't run the ball. So they threw the ball way too much with a lead, and that's how you let a team back in.
But they know, they trying to establish a run game. I mean, they still got a good running back, but hey, they got CD Lamb over there, and they are utilizing that youngster.
He's amazing. Just in case anyone didn't know, he's amazing.
I think the whole world knows. The whole world knows. And now let's talk about Monday night game. Or you want to talk about the Sunday night game? Which one?
Whatever you do, hurry up.
Ooh, us. Well, let's just go right to the Eagles that were 8-0.
I cannot believe they lost.
That game was crazy. I fell asleep during the beginning of the third quarter.
Okay.
Eagles were up. And next thing I know, I can look at the highlights this morning, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, why are y'all turning the ball over so much?
I mean, did you see the interceptions and the fumbles? They were killing them back to back. And I'm like, oh, okay. Keep giving the ball to him if you want to. He keep coughing it up. But, hey, I can't say Redskins. I'm sorry. The Commanders defense, hey, man, them boys was doing their job, and they were tired. They were absolutely tired, but they always...
Clinton says it was rigged. Also rigged.
It wasn't rigged, brother.
It wasn't rigged. Turnovers, man. Turnovers
kill them. But I would like to highlight one of the players, even though Philadelphia lost. I like to highlight Devontae Smith is the only receiver. Look
at you knowing names and stuff this week. I am so.
Devontae Smith, yeah.
Can you mute her mic?
Y'all on the same mic. We can't do it.
Oh, man. He is the only receiver to ever score touchdowns on his birthday 2 years or 2 seasons back to back. So I like to give a round of applause to the youngster.
We have somebody else's birthday who's coming up. We are definitely getting out here. We're going to have a game night on Friday. So if y'all like to participate in that, hit us up because it's going down.
Put down.
And if you think your Scrabble game is on point,
oh, Lord.
Hey, I'm not responsible for that score at the end of the game. You know what, Quentin? You can come on over here too and get some of this.
See how excited he is about this? Okay.
Spades and Scrabble?
I love it. Okay, you got any more sports, Tuck?
That Bills and Vikings game was crazy.
Oh, yes.
That game was off the chain. As far as sports go, congrats to nephew Anthony Edwards. He's doing his thing this year. Gonna have an all-star year. On the way catapulting his career. So check out Minnesota Timberwolves. I will be in the building when they play the Houston Rockets. So.
What? Let me know. I might show up with you.
All right. That little chime means that we need to talk about some regular news because guess what? The boy Donald Trump, they say he is about to announce on today, that he's going to be running for president in 2024. What do we think about this? I'm just saying live, and I need you to speak on it right now.
Who is he for? Is he for the oil and gas or he for the people? Who is he for?
He a Republican. That's all they're saying right
now. He for the economy. If he make the economy better, I'm rolling with it. He definitely better than the guy we got right now. And it's not a debate. We can see
it. There's tons of people, though, trying to distance themselves from him at this point because they say that he really should not do it again. So all the controversy that surrounds him, they're saying just stay out of the midterm, period.
Yeah, I think that's what the media is trying to force him to do anyway.
The Republicans most definitely don't want him back in there.
Vice President Mike Pence is also trying to distance himself.
Yeah, everybody, they're distancing themselves.
So he going with the independent party?
The insurrection, everybody has forgotten. There are so many things that happened during his presidency, COVID, whether it was real or fake, there were a lot of things going on. But I can say this is the only time in my life where I have received free money from the government from a kid for having kids. I don't even get tax money back. Okay. So I did like those little checks. He's the only person who's been able to get it approved. I'm going to say this. I do like the fact that I feel like every president should go in there and run things the way they feel like. That was one of the things that he did. So whoever's up next, let me say this. Go in there, do whatever you need to do to clean your house the way it should be so that your missions, your things get pushed forward. All of your things need to go forward if that's how you feel, because you're the president. You're the one supposed to be running basically our free world, if you will.
And don't put us in debt.
We already did that.
We passed that point.
Yeah. Now, up next, now that we talked about Trump just a little bit, the world population has met a milestone, ladies and gentlemen. Can you tell me how many people will reach this year? It's a record. I was about to say a world record.
8 billion?
8 billion people.
That was a guess too. That was totally
we're gonna hit the number today, according to projections from the United Nations. This number is 3 times the population in 1950 and 8 times that of the early 1800s. Because number one, people don't want to die. Everybody trying to hold on. They're fighting for everything. All kinds of diseases used to kill people, and the birth mortality rate has gone down. I know the African-American women are still, in a sense, fighting and dying during childbirth and things of this nature, but the overall rate has gone down.
And you know who the most of the people coming from?
Oh, Lord. He about to say something. What?
Y'all keep on producing. That's all I'm going to say. To my Hispanics out there and to my African-Americans, keep the job, though.
I am done.
Hey, we don't want to be the minority forever.
Well, there's no more abortions, so you never know what's going to happen in these next couple of years.
Oh, no.
Never know.
Them women still going to be doing what they want to do.
So the overall demographic is estimated that almost 120 billion people have lived on Earth over the course.
Oh, that's crazy.
And we got 8 right now.
Wonder how many lifetimes I've lived.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we only have 5 minutes before our special guest, Ms. Kris Bryant, comes on, and I cannot wait for you to hear all about her brand new book. But before we get into, you know that name? Yeah, I think you know that name just a little bit. So before we get into that, I'm going to sneak in our social unrest piece. This week, UVA, University of Virginia, what is it? I can't remember. We're just going to say UVA for right now. They had a shooting this week. A suspect behind the shooting, though, has killed 3 and injured 2 other boys. But my thing was, I really felt bad because they were sports athletes. So I kind of felt like it was not only charged in regards to a racial type thing, it had to do with athletics. And to me, that should be, when it comes to another protected class, if you will, there are so many people who are at the school that are jealous of students for being on athletic scholarship because they are paying.
The guy was a former football player.
He played with him.
So here's the thing: was he cut from the team? That's what I was going into. Was he cut from the team, or what happened? Why was he no longer on the team? Do we know that?
Not yet. Not sure. But I'm looking into the detail. I definitely have it.
Okay.
To my understanding, he only played 1 year. Now, if he was cut or whatever happened, they haven't said anything about that.
Because all it says is that he never played in a game. So I don't know if it was because of his attitude, if it was because of his grades, but he had
been a member of the team back in 2018.
Yeah.
But they're accusing him of, they're saying that he was bullied by the other
The
teammate.
Now, our social unrest piece is to draw attention to things that are going on out there that could definitely be avoided, not only through, controlling the weapons out here. I don't know how they're going to do it because I'm going to continue to buy guns to protect me and my family. But when stuff like this happens and there are youth out here who are killing other youth, it's senseless. We're going to keep drawing attention to things like this so that and you need to understand it is important to teach your kids about gun responsibility. There are people who lost their lives when it comes to this, and there are others who are injured. And, they may not be able to return for, the semester of school. In regards to a bad gun wound, you just never know. So everybody, please, out there, wake up, wake up, wake up. We need to do something about these guns, especially when it comes to them making their way on campus.
And even about the guns, even about the bullying and all this peer pressure, we need to start addressing that because, as the kids, sometimes things can or will get out of hand. But the parents need to be listening to their children when they tell you things. Or you need to, what they say about Jeffrey Dahmer, you see your child doing things, hey, that's kind of out of the ordinary. You need to start talking to your children and see, why do you like this or what's going on with you, so we can try to fix this so we won't have issues like this with Uvalde incidents, the UVA incidents.
Also, University of Idaho, they had an attack.
Yeah, they had a shooting over this weekend too. Yeah,
it's getting bad. Things are definitely changing.
It's funny how all this happened after the election, though.
Right, everything paused for a little bit and then boom, right back to normal.
Just an observation.
Thanks for that. Next time, say I'm just saying after it.
Just saying.
Anyway, so, ladies and gentlemen, right now, I'm going to take time to introduce our very, very special guest, who is a close friend of mine. And I'm so excited to have her on today because the show fell right after a big win of hers. And I am so excited to be able to highlight her, if you will. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have Miss Kris Bryant from the City Highlight with GMT. So, Kris, welcome to the show. I'm so happy to have you.
I'm so happy to be here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, we sure can.
Awesome. Make sure I got a good frame. There we go.
Now, I know Tuck has not met you before, but Anthony has met you before, and she was also the host of one of our annual Underwear Affair events. Yes. And so, we've known each other for quite some time. Yes. So before we get into the new book, tell everybody a little bit about what it is you do.
Hello, everybody. First and foremost, thank you guys for having me on the I'm Just Saying platform. I am truly honored to be here with you guys. And it took y'all get your glasses because yes, she did say beauty of the week, and you guys to get a better view. Maybe you didn't have them on when she said it, but get them on so you can see beauty here. All up in this place. With that being said, I'm a radio personality. I'm a media personality. I'm a comedian. I'm an actress. I am that girl. When I hit the room, the lights, camera, action. Okay. That's who I am. Why? Because I genuinely want to be a light. I want to make sure no matter what space I'm in, I'm the thermostat. When I come in, everybody, I want y'all to feel good, be happy, because there's so much going on in life that we could be sad, mad, upset about, but then there's so many blessings that are bestowed upon us, especially when we're in the room together, in spaces together. I think all of those actions and times should be celebratory times. So that's why I'm calling the City Highlight, because I keep it litty in the city.
All right, Liddy in the city. And that's definitely what she does. She always brings fun to the party. Now, outside of fun to the party, she's single and always ready to mingle. And that's a little tidbit about what her book has to do. So give us the title of your new book.
So, first time published author. I've written several, but I never went out on the journey of actually publishing a book. The name of the book is called The Passport. I'm Expensive. It's a travel guide through dating, being single, and knowing your value. Look
what I brought just for you today.
I love it. Look.
Born free, now I'm expensive.
There you go.
Stay ready. Always be ready. Keep your merch on deck. No, seriously, like that's not a because I had a conversation with Yamika yesterday. And I was saying, let me make sure and understand that when I say I'm expensive, I'm not on the I'm gold diggerish terminology or any of that. What I'm saying about that is I value myself. I know what I bring to the table. And when you know your worth and you've learned to love yourself and dated yourself and been with yourself and excited about being single and not miserable in being single, then you bring something amazing to the table. So that mate should know your value and know your worth, and you should too. And I didn't always know that. So I wrote this book to speak to people who may be in different spaces because I'm just be honest, the date pool is pissy.
Oh, you
They
know
forgot
what?
to put chlorine in there, and it's a mess. And some of these folks then run amok. But when you value yourself, when you know who you are and whose you are, you good out there. You get out there. When you see the red flag, you say fall on the player and you fall back. But if you don't know your value and you don't recognize that about yourself, then you may get caught up in some of the madness. So I'm here to try to help some of my sisters and
That's
brothers.
true.
Y'all need to understand that we're valuable. Like we're worth being treated amazing, and we don't have to settle just because we're single. And that's what the book is about. The passport. I'm
All
expensive.
right. Now, everybody, you can go and follow Miss Kris Bryant at Kris Bryant underscore city highlight on Instagram so that you can find out where to get the book, where you can hear all her crazy shenanigans and see all the things that are going on with her. Now, before we go any further past the book, you told me that it's inspiring to you because you felt like people needed to hear that story about knowing their worth. When it comes to dating today, what would you say one of the common misconceptions is when it comes to young women out there trying to project not being gold diggerish, if you will, but knowing their worth at the same time?
Sometimes it can be intimidating. And I think it's a bit of verbiage. And I had a conversation yesterday, and what I see as dating and the gentleman I was speaking with sees as the terminology dating are very different. And it sometimes gets skewed because people's backgrounds are different and what they consider as casual others may consider a little bit more serious. So I wanted to give the opportunity to have those type of conversations
Now we've
more
got
so
some.
than anything.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. We've got
No
some
more so.
women here, and I want to see whether or not they agree with that. Do you think a lot of it has to do with terminology, like the way the words that people speak in their backgrounds? Tuck, you're from ATL. You know, mostly we're here from Texas. What do you feel about out there?
As far as the dating, or just like the
Communication between male and female, if you will.
uh communication is definitely lacking. I think people are afraid to be honest with what they want. I think people are, they're kind of reserved and um,
So you think they're not saying it, not that they're saying it the wrong way and getting a bad result.
right, right. I think they're not being honest for the
Sorry
most
about
part.
that.
Don't worry. I think they're not being honest for the most part, and then on the back end, those that um, there's not a lot of because what I mean by being honest, I mean being honest in what you want, and that comes from and that's on both ends, right?
Okay.
Like you said, how do you navigate that uh, that not trying to come off like a gold digger, but still trying to get what you want, right?
Yeah, because
You know,
do want to be taken care of. That's what they have been taught all their lives. And I can see it being a problem with people trying to put that across, still get taken care of, but not saying, I don't want you if you're not going to give me no money. Like, period.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I do
Please
think
forgive me.
this
That
is
was
very much so. I think this is very much so needed. So tell us a little bit more about it and why you decided to do it.
sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties. I missed some of that. I did hear the end part about his perception of the gold digger. So I want some money. Is that where I left off on?
Okay, so that's where we left off, and it was about we were talking about communication in regards to women and men not seeing eye to eye on certain things. He thinks that people are just lying altogether. They're not telling exactly.
And I don't disagree with him. I don't disagree with him. People are pushing the narrative that everything is good. I'm perfect. They want you to know everything grandeur about them, but they neglect to tell about their shortcomings. Nobody's perfect. And that's the whole value system thing. Like we're out here looking for what we think the social media says is the right man, but in actuality, there is no perfect man. And if he the right man, he has to be the right man for you. But you got to figure out who he is and who you are to even know what a right man that you want. Because you
I'm a
ain't
firm
know.
believer in that. Take
Yeah,
your
like
time and
you
figure
don't
out who
know
you
until
are
you
first.
go through experiences. And I just feel like we don't have to have our own experiences. I've had some experiences. I share some of my experiences. I'm accountable for my experiences. I give you blueprints of what the mistakes were that I made. Not saying that I'm perfect and I know all the answers, but just saying that you don't have to go through this because this was a red flag that I saw and I chose to move forward because I didn't value me. Now that you know that this is a potentiality in our movements when it comes to dating, check yourself. It's a passport. It's a necessity when you take a trip. When you're traveling through dating, you need something that's going to be legitimacy, the evidence, something to show that you are who you are. So your passport is your evidence, and it's usually your experiences. But you don't have to
Okay.
always go through them. You can go through some of mine with me when you go through chapter 11, know the ROI, pyrite is fool's gold, just some things about baggage claim. Those stories that I share with you are going to click something in your own life that you've already probably been through. And you're going to say, okay, I see what she's saying. I get that. So let me check myself as I get dressed and get cute and affirm myself to go out here looking for love. Because at the end of the day, I do desire to find a mate. I do want to grow old with someone. I do want the white picket fence and the grandeur of what we romanticize. But I'm not going to settle and I'm not going to discredit myself. And I don't mind the intimidation of me saying that I'm expensive because then it opens up a conversation. Because now the man that's pursuing me wants to know, am I a gold digger? What is that? So now he's more interested in finding out about me versus how to get up in my clothes. Because that's
Yeah.
usually the initial thing. And I'm just past that. I'm not new booty anymore. So we can't be treating ourselves like that at my age. Now, the young ladies,
Okay, so Anthony has
I
a
say
question.
any age, but go ahead.
no, I agree with you, but I can only speak for my age because I've
No, I
spoken with
understand.
some young ladies and they have a different perspective. And I remember being there, and I don't disrespect that because I got here because I've been there, done that.
That period.
I want to say, before I met Tennille, and when I was out there dating, like you say, the pool has been pissed all in.
Yeah.
You gotta, people are not honest with themselves. They don't know themselves, and then they looking for somebody else that they want to hold and like they want a high expectation of that individual when y'all not even on
They
the same
don't bring.
right.
That part.
You out here looking
That
for
part.
an individual, male or female, that can give you, $1 million, but you on over here making what, $30,000 a year. So not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but let's just start somewhere. And if you're doing that, hey, why not try to up your game before you try to find somebody else
Right.
that's in a higher game?
Yes.
Not trying to say that nobody's, you should or you shouldn't, be higher or be equal. But let's try to have the same like mind, but know yourself and be honest about what you want. Stop lying.
Totally agree. Totally agree. And my counter to that is that's why I speak in singleness. This is the time for you to become that. This is that time when you're supposed to be the best you. You're not supposed to be focusing on looking for somebody in your singleness. You're supposed to be focusing on building yourself up and being that complete whole self. And for some, your mate may be a financial grant, gratis.
Mhm.
How much you make. It may be everybody has what it is that they like or what attracts them and what they're looking for. But you need to figure out in the heart of things, in the thick of things, because after the wedding is over, after the honeymoon period is passed, relationship shit happens. And have you gotten in a situation with somebody that doesn't value you, or are you in a situation with somebody who doesn't value themselves? So
And you
you got to
realize
figure
it
out
when
that
when
out.
it's past due. You like, oh my
It's too
God.
late. Now you
What's
got
the
all the water
person?
inside the boat. So y'all are gonna sink. You didn't get in the boat with somebody who was secure enough to know when they see droplets coming, scoop it out. You in the boat with somebody who's sitting here scooping the outside, bringing the inside in. Problem. Y'all are gonna go down real quick. But when people stop in their singleness to learn to love themselves and to learn to like who they are, be who they are, and be the best them, then they can go out there in the dating pool and discern from the piss and discern from the pool and know that's a Boaz or that's a woman for you, and understand that, okay, I can go forth with her because I see how she values herself.
We mirror each other. Now, Kris,
Exactly.
this is I'm Just Saying Live, and like I told everybody earlier, that when y'all watching this show, you're going to learn something, and we like to talk about the business side of things. Now, this is putting out a book is a lot of work, not only putting it together, but trying to get it published, and then afterwards promoting the book. Tell us a little bit about your little promotional tour that you just took, and also tell us about the work that it took to get it actually down and on paper. Tell us a little bit about that process for those out there who haven't made it to that point yet with their books that are sitting in their tablets,
First and foremost, get your book out the tablet, get it typed up, because the hardest thing to get published is something that's on paper. People don't want, they need it typed up. First and foremost, type it up. Let's start there. But also, no, it's not an easy task. I self-published. I did everything on my own, which in hindsight, woo child.
Okay. Wait, I'm going to say this before you go on, you have made, are you listening? Before you go on, I had to make this comment. I'm gonna tell everybody this little secret, and not even Mr. Thomas over here knows this. But when I want to really get things done, I just say, well, just pretend you're single. Because when you don't have no kids, when you don't have no man, nobody to pull you each and every way, you get a whole bunch of stuff done. Because you're not listening or waiting for anybody to tell you, go here, go there, do this. You have to get up off of it and pull up those bootstraps yourself. So I definitely see where you're going with all of this. You ladies, gentlemen, I know y'all gonna think I'm wrong for that, but that's what you got to do sometimes. You got to just block everything out so that you can focus on you for 2 seconds. But go ahead.
No, seriously, that's what you gotta do. Just do it. First and foremost, get it written down, get it taken care of. Self-publishing was not the easiest thing to do, but it was rewarding because now I know not only am I capable, but I can help somebody else along in their journey. And that's always my goal about doing something for myself. Is so now I have that experience that I can pass that information on to someone else. Long story short, it's a lot of steps. You got to get your ISP. You got to get your copyright. You got to get, once you wrote it, you got to get it professionally edited. Then once you get it professionally edited, you got to get somebody to format it for you. And then formatting, you have to decide what type, what size, what shape, what is it going to be paperback? Is it going to be an ebook? There are so many little nuances that you don't think that is going into a book that it is important. And
so how long did the process take you?
Writing the book took me about an hour.
Okay.
Editing the book took.
And it's got over 11 chapters?
11 chapters, 46 pages. It's a passport, boo. It's a handheld package, take you where you go. It's a pocketbook. Gotcha. It's not anything to be overdrawn and something that you that's why I say it's for men and women, because you can pick it up, flip through it, and go where you need to go, read what you need, and get on about your business. Okay. It's gonna be your passport. Once you get it, you're gonna see the gift in it. Because there's some silly ass shit that I did out here in this world that I share in this book. But I'm sharing it because I want people to know that even me, this person that is out here striving for greatness on a platform, trying to do anything that comes to my mind, catching all my dreams. I've done stupid shit. I'm human. I've made mistakes.
This is exactly why we love to highlight the small business owners, ladies and gentlemen. We have all done some stupid things. We have all not listened to people when they told us the right things, and we had to go to those points on our own, or from reading a passport, so we can be expensive, if you will.
Yes.
But we'd had to learn all those steps throughout the way. Now, Kris, we have a little bit of a clip from something that went on last night that we're going to play for everybody, and then we'll explain to them what went on, okay? So, if you will, pop up our video for us so we can see what happened here. Go, Kris!
First of all, it's an honor to be in the room with all you amazing people. First of all, let's give y'all a hand clap. Trust and believe when it comes to content, I do create it. Why? Because I think that all of us are doing amazing things. And I use my platform to illuminate everybody out here. So with that being said, y'all stay busy because y'all keep me busy. Thanks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Miss Kris Bryant. She was at Post Magazine, if you will, awards on last night. Is that what it is, Kris? I just wanted to make
Post
sure
the
that I was right.
magazine. Post the magazine Female Entrepreneur Award Show.
That okay.
I was really, really, really taken aback because I didn't know them people. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's not a circle that I run in. It's not my friend. Although I don't do clicks, it still was awesome. First and foremost, to be seen, to be recognized for your work. Because I work hard at creating content. So for me to get an award for it, that felt really, really good. And it was very humbling. But let me just say this. To be in the
award season, baby, everybody getting everything right.
To be in the room.
It had some amazing people there. I really did.
No, seriously, there was some phenomenal ladies, some amazing brands, some awesome businesses. So I was very, again, taken aback that I was chosen to even be on the roster or be in the number of being honored with these people. That for me, it made me a little emotional because seriously, I don't do it for accolades. I don't do it to be seen. But when you do get recognized and you see the people that you're being recognized with, it just really, it makes you feel good. It lets you know that God is in control. And no matter how alone in the room you feel sometimes, be advised that if you're doing your purpose and you're doing God's work, it is going to all work out in the end.
Well, we want to congratulate you again, and thank you. What you say is key. Thank you.
Consistency.
Okay, so everybody where they can go and get your merch.
Oh, you can go get my merch at krispricks.com on Shopify. Link on my bio. Go to my Instagram and just click the link. It'll take you right to my page.
Right to the page. Okay, so are there any upcoming events or things that we should know about?
Yes, my birthday is Thursday. Yes, happy birthday to me. My birthday event is going to be my book release, which is on Saturday, 11/19, 2020, 6 p.m. It's going to be in the Katy area. The address is on the flyer. If you don't get your ticket beforehand, you can't pay at the door. Don't be mad when you see.
When I saw your post about you will not be let in, I was done.
No, you will not be let in. I don't. I want people there to have a good time. I don't want anybody trying to figure out how to take money at no door. I don't want to because you have plenty of time. And if it's important to you, you did it in advance. And if it's not, I understand. It's my birthday, so
it's your birthday. What you say? I'm not gonna be doing no work.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing no work. I can't afford to. Because I'm expensive.
Okay, all right, be expensive.
Miss Scorpio.
I'm just lazy, y'all, and I do so much on the outside. When it comes to stuff like that, I'm not doing the most. I'm not going above and beyond. I knew I wanted to have a nice dinner, so Chef is gonna cater it. I knew that I couldn't afford to pay for y'all food for Chef, so I said, okay, let me figure out a way to get the food, the drinks, and the ambiance. Let me curate this together, so y'all can collect y'all $100, and I'm gonna curate everything else and make sure you get fed real good. You're gonna get your nice libations on location. Okay. We're gonna have hookah on deck. We're gonna have good live entertainment. We're gonna have some fun.
All right.
You get your signed book. I think I'm working.
Now, tell them where to get these tickets one more time.
Say it again.
Tell them where to get these tickets one more time.
The link is in my bio. Just go in my DMs. I don't want you to have to work. If you really are interested in showing up, if you want to be there, just run me a DM and whatever you need, I'll run to you. Because I want to connect with you for real. Like I want to have access to you once we get through having this conversation. When I think about something I want to talk with you about in 2 more weeks, right to me, I hit you up out the blue. Hey, I want to be able to go to a contact information because that's who I am. I connect with people for real.
Yes. She's a connector. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to applaud and thank Miss Kris Bryant for her efforts in helping those out there who need help and a little bit of guidance. Make sure that you go and check out. If you don't make it to the party, you need to go get that passport. Okay. So you can be knowing that you are expensive.
Know your worth.
Yes, know your worth. This is Miss Kris Bryant from the City Highlight. Make sure you check out her show as well. And we thank you again so much for participating on I'm Just Saying Live today.
Thank you so much for having me. It was awesome. Y'all have a great day.
All right.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I hope that you find some piece of that to get your life right.
Know your worth.
Know your worth. I think I know mine. But guess what? I know somebody who does know their worth. And right now, it is time for us to highlight our actual beauty in business. To pull it up unless you want me to do it. You do better than me. That one. Now move us out the back so that everybody can see Miss Nelly here.
We won't be.
All right, it's okay.
All
right, everybody.
What is she doing?
She's posing.
She's posing.
She is a professional model extraordinaire, if you will, but she is also a studio owner, and she is absolutely gorgeous. Remember that you can check out her studio and book your time there because she gives free consultations at www.thenellyrose.com. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do about this slide to be able to tuck on your screen. Are you able to read that?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and read.
So the beauty, so of course, www.thenellyrose. So that's her
read the doggone post.
Website. I'm reading it. The pictures distracting me. This beauty in business is a published model, actress, and loving mother. Her goal is to expand her business one day by laying and creating a wonderland for all creatives and artists. All right. And how she stands out from the rest. Nelly Rose, the studio, also offers services such as creative directing, styling, modeling, coaching, makeup, photography. So they coach you through, she coaches you through all those things, and you can get a beautiful shot like this in the background. So
right at her studio, because this is one of the sets that's inside of her studio. So if you want to do a boudoir shot for your man, you know, Valentine's Day is coming up. If you need to get your body right, go ahead and get your body right and pop on over there to the Nelly Rose. Okay. Now, if you would like to be a featured, when am I going?
Yeah.
I already got some pictures in my phone ready for you. All right.
Happy early Valentine's Day.
Okay, so if you would like to be one of our featured beauties in business, because like I said, she is a phenomenal business owner, and I definitely want you to go because this is her second location that she has actually opened up. She makes all of the indoor sets on her own. She's phenomenal. I just have to tell you that. We did a photo shoot a while back out on the beach. It was really great. Lots of photographers, lots of models out at the same time. But if you want to go and visit Miss Nelly Rose, I suggest you book your session now. And if you want to be one of the highlighted beauties in business and you have a wonderful picture that you would like to share with us in regards to your business, let us know. Email us at I'm just saying live at gmail.com. I'm so ready to tell you guys about our website and once it's complete. And it'll have where you can go there and register for this as well. You can submit your picture there and all of that. I just cannot wait. And so I was about to give you the website instead of the
go to the website, check us out. And then
male, female, just all women.
This one is beauties in business.
So
we got to come up something for the fellas, and we'll do something.
Y'all gonna have to come up with something for the fellas. Okay. Well, y'all do that.
Yeah, we ain't doing no beauty of the week now, but
I don't want to see no taco meat. I'm just saying, okay.
And we'll be business oriented. We'll maybe highlight a black brother who doing some business locally and doing his thing. So
I'll be the first one.
Now I am over here looking because it is time for us to do a little talk about our entertainment news, and I kept it nice and brief, but it looks like I don't see the picture over there. So I'm just going to have to tell you about Jennifer Aniston's father passed away. That ain't it. I'll tell you when.
Okay.
Jennifer Aniston's father passed away over the course of the weekend at 89, I believe. He was a longtime star on One Life to Live, was it?
Soap opera.
It's a soap opera, but it's One Life to Live, I believe. I just want to make sure that I'm saying that right. It was One
I
Life
didn't
to
know
Live.
it was no problem. That makes a lot of sense.
Her dad was, one of the famous actors from that for several years, like a ton of years. We always talk about how people who are in the arts, if you will, because that's what I'm going to say, not in movies, not in whatever, but people of the arts are all family. They like those looks and they go after their children. They go after their, nephews and nieces. And so a lot of those people are of the same families. And so he was an actor for many, many years. And I just wanted to Days of Our Lives, I think it was Days of Our Lives. And so he was an actor for many, many years. He has passed on. It's heart-wrenching to her, if you will, and moment of silence for him, and for her, because we love her acting. She probably wouldn't have been there.
He was Victor in Days of Our Lives.
Days of Our Lives. Thank you so much. I thought
Victor. Oh man, my grandma loved that character too. I remember. Everybody knows Victor. So
everybody knows Victor. All right. So here we are again. And now, since I just got that out, we had the funeral. It went on for takeoff. That went on this week. And other than that, in entertainment news, I didn't really want to talk about anything. We said we're going to keep today short. So now it's time for our affirmation. Tuck popped it up a little bit earlier. I was wise enough to never grow up while fooling most people into believing I had. That's by Margaret Mead. I want both of you guys to kind of tell us about what that means to you. I was wise enough to never grow up while fooling most people into believing I had. I'm going to tell you, I am all about, you can take it down so they can see my face on this because I got to get serious. I was all about having fun all the way through. After I got out of my mama's house, I said, I'm going to ride this thing till the wheels fall off. So it's not anyone out there who can stop me from living my life if I feel like that's what I need to do at the moment. It might not always be the right choice. It might not always be the right choice, but it's definitely going to be my choice. So, guys, I'm sending it to you guys. Who wants to go first? What does this mean to you about pretending to be an adult, if you will, at times? I love my inner child. She likes to travel. And she's expensive, as Kris said. How about you guys?
Okay, so I'm gonna say a lot of times I don't think I'm actually pretending. I'm just still being that child because I like to laugh a lot. I like to enjoy life. I don't want no trouble. I just like to have fun. And sometimes I find myself with my kids and our dog, and sometimes with Camille, playing with them like I'm still a 12 or 13-year-old child.
I think that this
it's fun.
That's
it's
good that you say that, but I think that this is more so about growing into that. And sometimes when we're growing up, we do realize, oh, damn, I still been acting like a kid. And we have to kind of, in our mind, say, I got to grow up when it comes to this certain thing.
But sometimes you don't. Sometimes, me, I can say, as being a young kid with a lot of siblings, I had to take on a lot more responsibility. I didn't have the opportunity to
So your experience was different.
Right. A child like, everybody else, like my siblings.
Right.
Protect them, take them here, look after them. But now when I see the kids doing things, I'll be like, come on, man, let's go have a Nerf war, or let's go bike riding, and we just laughing and having fun, or they goofing off dancing, and now here I am.
He is still very playful.
I'm out here trying to do some of the dances they doing at the age of 50, right. And next thing in my knees and everything.
but I think we all deal with that, right? So I think that everyone has that inner child, so to speak. There are also things, and I think that's more of a social thing, right? So you have one part that's social and relating to people, but then you have another part that's actually living and being a human and contributing to society, right? So those things are two separate things, but they are a part of the same person. And then when we're in those social settings, we do like to be more childish. We do like to have fun, kick your head back and lay back.
Around people who know you from way back then.
Right.
You kind of turn back into that child. You're right.
Exactly. And so on the business hour, just being a professional or growing your career, it's a whole different dynamic.
Okay. Hey, I can definitely get it. And I hope that you guys out there still continue to hold on to that inner child while you're being an adult. That's what I'm going to say here on I'm Just Saying Live. Hold on to that child, have fun, do those things that give you joy, period. Okay, even if everybody else thinks that it is inappropriate, if it's inappropriate, you still continue to do you, because that's what's going to make you shine and give off that light like Miss Kris was talking about earlier. Now, up next, before we get into Tennille's touchy subjects, we're going to talk about our movie review for the weekend. All right, are you ready for the movie review?
Yeah, let's get it.
We told you that we were going to make sure that we got out on this first week to see Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Now, I know they don't have the characters and this, that, and the other on their main screen, but we definitely went out and saw the movie. You can pop that right down, because I got something to tell people. You guys out there that I asked, because y'all know I like doing movie reviews. I asked y'all, how was the movie? Somebody told me they fell asleep on the movie. Somebody told me that it wasn't worth going to the movies for.
Wait till it come out on Netflix.
Are you kidding me? That movie was good as hell.
Phenomenal.
Listen, I even felt like, when we very first saw Avatar, because I like to compare movies in certain pieces. When we very first saw Avatar, we was amazed by that wonderful world that they had created, correct? Wakanda Forever gave us that same type of feel. It had women's lib all through the movie, because there were women in tech, and I just absolutely loved it for that reason, because there's a ton of little girls out there who have been feeling like they didn't really have a space. This movie definitely gave us those things, and I'm trying to tell it to you without telling it all.
Not telling too much movie.
Is in the this, that, and the other. But like I said, I felt like it was an absolutely wonderful display of Black wonderfulness in women and men who have all of the above. It was wonderful for me. And the kids enjoyed it. We had kids with us, we enjoyed it.
Hey man, if y'all have not seen that movie, you need to go see that movie. I'm saying from the beginning to the end, I loved it. I even love the fact how they implemented Chad Boseman in there, Chadwick Boseman from the beginning and throughout the movie, and through even in the end, it was like almost like a real life situation.
Right. So it was definitely taking us through the mourning period of his friends, which is kind of how I felt about it, because from the very beginning of the movie, they took time where we were forced into a moment of silence after the photos came through, after, and it was in the Marvel logo, how they normally have, all of the depictions coming through of what's going to happen in the movie. It was nothing but Chadwick Boseman. And so I felt that was really good. They did talk about his disease and how people take too much time before they tell people about what's going on, and they fight it alone. So I'm just going to say this out there to my people. When you're going through something, go ahead and share with somebody who cares for you. You just never know who they may know, or somebody who can help you. They may know a resource that you don't know about. We know there are a lot of people fighting cancers and nature. Please get help and talk to your friends and family so they can go through it with you.
But go see that movie. Get you a copy of that movie and keep. And when I say it's a classical, however you want to word it, hey, this is a movie to go in that collection.
In other words, he really liked it. We're going to give it 2 thumbs up.
Is that all I have? Is just 2?
That's all you got.
That movie.
Okay.
Can we go see it again?
I'm not going to the movies again. You know that.
Hey, let me know when you get ready to go see it. I'm going to go with y'all, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Tennille's touchy subjects. If you are ready, let me hear you say, yeah. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we've got some comments here. I'm sorry that I missed those, guys. Tuck, if you will read those comments real quick for me while I minimize this, so that I can make sure.
Yeah, we have some old comments in the show. So we had some, I ate it as you feel. So
All
some people get in. So that's why you get your own perception of things yourself in regards to the movie.
Okay.
So that's one.
Oh,
and then
somebody.
we have here.
All right. Thank you guys for joining in.
Right now,
that's what this show is all about. I'm Just Saying Live is a way for you to get your opinion heard, okay? And we're going to give our opinions of the latest, hottest topics, okay? And that's what we're doing. And we'd love to watch some movies. So if you have one that you would like to suggest for us to watch, we'll let you know all about it right here on I'm Just Saying Live. Now, let's get into Neil's touchy subjects because it is time, okay? Now, this is a family dilemma, okay? Dear Neil, my boyfriend of 7 years, now to me, that's a long time to be a boyfriend. There's already an issue, but we're going to keep going. My boyfriend of 7 years is very competitive. There is constantly this underlying contest about whose kid is better, whose dog is better, etc. It's silly. They are they're both great kids and dogs. Okay, that's weird too. In their individual ways, and I suspect he likes to brag about his 11-year-old daughter just to publicize that she's great. He often criticizes my son. He also has house rules for us that he doesn't hold himself or his daughter to and becomes upset if I bring it up. I like doing things with him and his daughter, but now when they're together, because it's always them against us, she also hangs on him constantly and wishes and whines when I'm around. I realize I can't change how he acts, but I feel like I constantly need to prove myself to him and stick up for my son. Sometimes I'm a little jealous because he treats his daughter so differently than he treats us. I don't want to feel this way. Can you help me come up with a different way of reacting to it? Girl, hold up. There were so many pieces in this that just gave me low self-esteem vibes. There's a lot going on here.
Back on the plate, Tucker.
Tucker, what do you say about a man who downplays someone else's kid?
Low self-esteem. He don't even think
he's got low self-esteem. If he thinks he has
that way,
with a teenager,
a child.
Yeah, but if he feels like, I mean, you know, first of all, she should address that with him. Like, I feel like you treat my child different. But after that, he has to decide, like, okay, is this how you want to move? Because maybe it's just a natural reaction with him, right? You know what I'm saying? He favors his kid or whatever. But once it's brought to his attention, he got to decide what he wants to do. But she definitely should speak on it, how she feeling, because it's in a, you know, you choosing to be with him. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna roll with him, then that's how you got to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how, like, you got to understand the man that you have. So, and whatever you're willing to deal with in that relationship. So, I don't think that's right. But at the same time,
I'm going to say this though. I do know that things like this happen in relationships where people treat their other people's kids different. But I'm going to tell you right now, if I have some kids and I've got into a relationship with you, you knew about my kids, or we're living in a home together, there is no way, number one, that I even would have moved in with you or continued the relationship if you was treating my child any different from anybody else, let alone me. She said he lumping her into it.
Exactly.
They not living together. They still in separate houses.
No, it looks like they're living together. And when the daughter comes, he's treating them different because she's hanging on him. He's with the other family.
No, he's not. They said when he come around, when
she comes around, the daughter.
Right.
When the daughter comes around.
Yeah, I'm thinking that they're still in separate houses because he's talking about the dogs and everything. So
no, both of the dogs are there as well. That's how he's.
I think they're in the same house. And I think you know, when she comes around,
I mean, that's worse than I thought, but still, like what Neil said at the beginning, 7 years of being a boyfriend or girlfriend, that's a long time.
That's a red flag for me. Like, what the hell is going on?
Look at this. He's not a man in my eyes down in any kid. We
I agree.
We said the same thing.
And you're not gonna talk on my child at all. I don't care. You bye.
Let's talk
Bye,
about
Felicia.
this. What do we do though when there's a married couple and this is happening? Because some people talk down on their own kids in regards to sexuality. Let's really dig in here. In regards to sexuality, it could be your own kid and you talking down on them because you feel like they stupid or this, that, and the other. You know, sometimes people do pick favorites. She's having a problem getting out of this, but I don't see why. If she's not married, she should just go. But when you're married and something like this happens, what do you guys suggest in that sense?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna say that that the other spouse should speak up for that child and let that man or woman know, hey, you can't be doing this. You can't have favorites. I don't believe in favorites, and I have twins. I look at them both as one child, and I treat them both equally. And you know, there's no distinguishing of the two. When they do things, you did something, you're gonna be in trouble.
Is that why sometimes you call them each other's names?
Oh, probably so. Sometimes, yes. Yeah.
They get so mad. They be like, Daddy don't even know who we are.
They done work me up.
He get mad and go to calling whoever name.
But yeah, no, it shouldn't even be like that. And I don't even think a mother does that has a favorite child. People say you will, but I don't see how. And for her to be in a situation like that, let alone the 7 years, you need to speak up for your baby, and clearly he's
Because
not the
now
guy for
at
you.
this point, I feel like the baby probably has some mental issues going on from this, or is thinking that you're choosing that man who treats him bad over you.
And women
I
tend
wanted
to
to
do
read
that
this
sometimes.
comment as
Go ahead.
well. It says, your child is my child if we're together. I don't do that because if you treat my child any different, I don't do that because if you treat my child any different. Right. So that's how I am. If I decide to bring you into my household and say we're together, we're X, Y, and Z, I expect us to be a unit. Period. We are one
Yeah,
cohesive.
that has to be, but that has to be understood. Like as a man, if I'm bringing a child, a chick with kids into my world, right? I'm bringing them in. You know, that has to be an understanding of how this gonna move. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we have to be a unit. But I gotta set it on two. You know what I'm saying? So I can't allow things like that to go on if that's not how we moving. That, you know, if I say, hey, this is how we moving, and this is how I want to move with our relationship, it's on, and then it's on the women to be like, okay, I want to roll with that or not.
Right. Very true. And he's not rolling. If she has, I'm sure she's already put some ultimatum down and said, don't be doing my son like that, because she said she feels like she has to defend him all the time. If he's not getting with the program, it's been 7 years, baby, you need to chunk the deuces and go on. That's going to be my final statement when it comes to this touchy subject. That's what y'all agree with?
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. or what's the guy name for Felicia? Need a man name for Felicia when it's time to tell.
Bye, Tyrone.
Bye, Tyrone. Pack your bags and move on, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with another episode of I'm Just Saying Live. We've got
Call me _.
And Coach Tuck, you know, stay in the gym.
Ooh, I felt a little attack there. I was like, damn.
Wait, I wake everybody up, man. You know, let's get it.
I'm your hostess with the most, is simply Dot Tennille. Remember, on tonight, you can catch me out in the streets. I am going to be at the Dirty Third dinner on tonight. You know, there's a movie who's going to be coming out, and you know, you always hear about the new here first. So when we get ready to go to the movie review, I am going to make sure that you see it right here on I'm Just Saying Live. I can't wait to share it with you. We'll talk to you guys on next week.
They got free food?
They definitely have food.
I'll be there.
All right.
Welcome to all of my friends and bennies.
y'all
Welcome to all of my friends and bennies. Welcome to all of my friends and bennies. I'm Just Saying Show.